Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. The Bitcoin dip, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Monday. I hope everybody had an absolutely stellar weekend. And yes, I'm feeling stellar. I'm feeling just a vibe that I just don't know what came over me in the last few minutes. I'm like, woo, I'm feeling it. It's Monday. Of course, the world is crazy. We have Australia working on some crypto licensure. But then what I find very interesting is Gen Z's role in the whole thing. We do have strategy news. Tom Lee's BitMine news. So we have some crypto treasury companies to discuss today. Wall Street is just pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, maybe there's another crypto exchange going public. One that I'm actually a big fan of. Love the CEO. Also, we have the SEC, some drama there. We also have our spotlight, which is the fact that $126 trillion, a huge market, is going on chain. We knew that was going to happen years ago, but it's cool that it's happening now. The Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange, we're going to discuss that as well as your coins to watch. So if you guys are ready for the zest, the news, and of course the education, smash like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal. Let me pop that in real quick. Boopity doop. We have a goal of, excuse me? Oh. 25,200. Let's keep getting after it. Guys, I do ask that. Actually, do not like the stream yet. We're all going to unlike it, and then we're going to re-like it in just a moment, because apparently YouTube needs all the likes at once. Also, to honor the chat, I did get purple nails. I know you guys have been saying Randy needs purple nails, and you guys weren't satisfactory with my other choices in the past that weren't like exactly purple, but they were close enough to purple. But now I actually did purple for you guys and for Easter, and to remind me of who resurrected on the third day. Can I get an amen? Good morning, everybody. Let's say good morning to everyone as you say good morning to me, and check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head up to Uphold and boost your bags. Let's do it. Rudy, good morning to you on TikTok. Everyone go to YouTube so I can see your comments. We have Mama Shadow, we have One House, Fitz, Jim, our Belgian bestie over there. David is here, David Bowles, and then we have Doge Bowl. So we have all the bowls. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Elric is here. Mama Shadow, I said hello to. We have Blackhat as always. Thank you to you. Mark Smithson. I cannot look at Mark Smithson's comments. Him and no just really send me to a different dimension. Aquarians here. Meta Mona Habibti is in the chat. Everyone say hello to Mona. We love Mona. We love Mona. That's my bestie right there. Paco, good morning. We got Noodle, John Shanks. Peace is on every platform. James on random. You had me laughing, bro. I was starting the stream. You actually had me laughing. I love your comments. Thank you. Chipper, good morning. We have Fat Oracle. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got? John Legend has all his emojis today. Nice to see everyone. If I missed you, please yell at me. Wow, this chat is popping off. Who is this? Yusin says Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Daddy's home, apparently. If you watch Candace, if you know, you know. But Shabbat Shalom nonetheless. Ray K, good morning, VV Zombie. I used to say Shalom a lot. Now I feel like I can't say Shalom. I feel like it's a little too controversial. Like what? But Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. Fitz, good morning. You love the purple. Thank you. Outcast, Silverback, everyone, good morning. Thank you guys for being here. Put purple hearts in the chat. Bullduck Eric said, sorry, I never yell at women. You know, it's so nice. I appreciate that you never yell at women. Thank you, Eric. BBB is in chat as well. We love BBB. We also love Rob. The whole world is here today. Hello, everybody. Are my toes purple too? I'm sure y'all want to see the feet. No one's getting my feet. Actually, it's very rare that you see my feet. I try not to put them out there. Last week, I did put my foot on the stream. That's because I had a sock on. But I actually painted my toes white. So it was a last minute decision. I thought I was going to do purple toes, but then I was like, I can't commit to purple toes. Just couldn't do it. So I have white toes. I do white on my toes. This is the type of white. It's like not too far off from this. It's like white out. But it looks right. It looks right. Sorry, that was funny. Uncle Billy is in the chat. Everyone say hello to my uncle. All right, guys, let's get into the chat. Let's get into the show, because that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about cryptocurrency. We're not here to talk about my toes, but we... Okay. I have a podcast to do. Okay. Whew. Pepe is up 18.6%. You know what? I'm actually happy to see Pepe take off. I feel like it's been a while. FET is also up, like how some people are trying to fetch my freaking toe pictures. No one's getting my toes. Nobody's getting my toes. We do... Okay. Bitcoin's $73,000, guys. Let's go to my other chart here. 73,960. Oh, now 970. Let's hit that 74K here on stream. I would love to see it. We are up 1.5%. As we are battling very critical levels, again, maintaining support above 69K, which was the wick high of 2021, which I would argue is one of the most important levels to watch. However, I keep screaming it. I've been saying it for months, but it seems as though we might actually have it happen here. We're having this build up to 76K, 75, 76K. I'm telling you with my whole heart, and my drawing has been here since the start, which is the fact that I want to hold support at 76K, 75.8, 76K, and go boop, 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 right up to 93. Here's the thing. Now that the 200-day SMA is coming down like a little slide, are we going to somehow find support at 76K and go and test the 200-day at the same time? At the same time, we're testing the 93K level. These are very important. Very freaking important. So I hope you guys are locking in. Lock into the levels on the chart. I want to hold support at 76. Go right to that 200-day SMA no matter where it is. Test it, hold above it for a week, and live happily ever after. And everyone gets their Lambos and they leave mommy's basement. We do have the VWAP that is moving up. Green dot has been printed. A tsunami of momentum here on Market Cipher, guys. This is the highest momentum we've seen in months since January. And January, we had like a kind of almost like a double top here on the momentum. It was like boom, boom, bam, just went down to the depths of craziness. But we're looking good here. And I would like to look at the VWAP, which is doing great signal. However, the RSI is what trips us up time and time again. So what I would advise is caution on this upside, because what goes up must come down, but hopefully not too far, and we kind of even the slates here. This could be the start of something beautiful. It could be the start of something nice. But what I will say is that people keep throwing in the fear, 50-something K, 50-something K. And as you can tell by the headlines today, is that everybody doesn't know what's happening. Let's be quite freaking honest. Nobody knows what's going on. Oh, should we be trading along with the WAR? Or should I just be trading based on my conviction? Or do the most radical thing possible, which is to actually understand Bitcoin and the fundamentals of the asset. And you know what the best way to see the fundamentals? You who knows where I'm going? Put it in the chat. Everyone knows where I'm going. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't know if anyone's ready for this one. I don't know. I really don't know. Where am I going? Where am I going? To the Bitcoin white paper. Oh, wow. What a crazy document. And what it says in the first line, which is, I would argue, one of the most important lines and sentences in history, which is, how Bitcoin is a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash that will allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through financial institutions. Isn't that so funny? But again, there would be no trust if there were third parties, which is why there are no third parties, because the solution to the double spending problem is a peer-to-peer network that timestamps transactions by hashing them into an ongoing chain of hash-based proof of work, forming a record that cannot be changed without redoing proof of work. Oh, wow, Satoshi really got it down, because that's why we're here, is a peer-to-peer electronic currency that nobody can censor and nobody can stop. And messages, as it is described by Satoshi, which is so wild, because I always tell you guys that not only is it about money, but it's about freedom of speech. Because in the Genesis block of our lovely Bitcoin blockchain, Satoshi put a headline in there, Chancellor on the brink for second bailout for banks. And what people tried to be all first world about is, I can't believe that people would use Bitcoin for anything. Well, no, it's currency, it's property, and it's also, again, enabling your free speech, because as he writes here, messages are broadcast on a best effort basis, and nodes can leave and rejoin the network at will. And again, the blockchain still remains, whether they leave or they stay. But here's the thing, is that he describes it as messages, not just transactions, not just data being stored in a block on the blockchain. He says and describes it as messages. And I think everybody should be clocking the fact that it says messages, because it provides the basis for inscriptions. Again, if I'm in a bad place, I need to put a message out there that no one can delete. Where else am I going to put it besides the Bitcoin blockchain? Tell you that right now. So I'm loving the fact that we have the fundamental written out for us via Bitcoin white paper. Thank you, Satoshi, for having, honestly, the smallest ego I've ever seen in my life out of a man or whoever decided to create Bitcoin. I think you have a very small ego. And I would just like to say personally to Satoshi, because he is still alive despite what people say, mwah. Much love. Thank you. We love that he just put out a technology, let it ride, and didn't even take credit. Ugh, smallest ego. We love that. We're going to go into breaking news headlines, because that's why you're here. You want to know the news. And thus, I'm going to give it to you. We're going to start off internationally, as we usually do, and it's going to be in Australia. Let's do it. If you're in Australia, my heart goes out to you. BBB, a few other friends in the chat. My Australians, feel free to say hello. We love you. We love our Australians. I love your accent. I love an Australian accent. Let's get that clear. Whenever BBB sends a voice memo in the Telegram, it's always a good time. But the Australian Senate Committee is backing a crypto licensing bill as Gen Z takes over Australia and crypto ownership. Let's get into it. Australia's Senate Economics Legislation Committee backed a bill that would require exchanges and tokenization platforms to comply with their existing financial services regime, recommending that the corporation's amendment, the Digital Asset Framework Bill 2025, be passed. The move on March 16th today is bringing Australia a step closer to a bespoke licensing framework for digital asset platforms, or dApps, and tokenized custody platforms, TCPs. Ooh, that's a new one, guys, TCPs. Aimed at closing gaps in oversight of platforms that hold customer assets following the collapse of FTX. The bill, first introduced by Assistant Treasurer and Financial Services Minister Danielle Molino in November of 2025, would treat these platforms as financial products under the Corporations Act and Australian Securities and Economic Investment Commission Act, pushing the most centralized exchanges and tokenized custody businesses that hold client assets into their financial service license regime. So again, this is really big. This is them just trying to say, oh, you know what? We're just going to have everyone under our umbrella because crypto is the same thing as everything else. Hard lesson they're going to have to learn is that it doesn't work that way. But at least they try to feel like they're doing something important. I mean, that seems to be what governments like to do, is seem like they're important and that they own you. But what I would say nonetheless is if, I don't care what country you're in, is if you go to your exchange, you go up to the moon, you get your crypto bags, you pack them, and then you put it in your cake wallet so that you can get your cake, eat it too. And so now, not only is Australia trying to control crypto exchanges, what goes on there, which is so typical of Australia because they love CBDCs and they're kind of, they got some tyranny going on. Ain't that right, BBB? You could confirm or deny in the chat. Australia is warning of AI and finfluencers because of Gen Z. And you know what? Darn it, am I a finfluencer? Would I be banned in Australia? Probably with the way I talk. Australia's financial regulator has urged young investors not to rely on social media influencers and AI chatbots to make financial decisions, according to a study that also found 1 in 4 Gen Zs also invest in crypto. ASIC posted the results of a survey on Sunday, finding that Gen Z has high levels of trust in often unreliable sources. I'm sorry, this made me laugh. ASIC says, Money Smart's Gen Z found that while Gen Z has a strong appetite for reputable and trustworthy financial content, many struggle to find it, and their search often leads them to sources designed for engagement rather than accuracy. And it took action against influencers over their financial social media content, issuing warning notices to 18 influencers that suspended of unlawfully promoting high-risk financial products and providing unlicensed financial advice. This is taking me out. The latest survey conducted between November 28th and December 10th with 1,127 respondents between 18 and 28 found that 63% uses social media for financial info and guidance, when 18% use AI and 30% said they use YouTube specifically. Also finding that 56% of Gen Z say they somewhat trust or completely trust financial information on socials, with 52% saying the same of finfluencers, social media influencers primarily covering financial or investment niches who appear well-versed in finance. And also it says 23% of Gen Z own crypto in Australia. It gets better. 29% of them saying trading based on social media and influencer content. Where's the laugh track? This is actually one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. This is one of the best articles ever because it goes to show that this generation does not care about what they care about. And it's the shift that people aren't ready for. The fact that Gen Z actually wants money that they own that cannot be censored. And Australia is all about censorship. What? So you're also telling me that basically I would be illegal over in Australia because I'm talking about niche finance, as Janet Yellen likes to say, finance on Binance. So you're telling me that basically what I'm doing right now is unlawfully promoting high-risk financial products and providing unlicensed financial advice. I would love to note that most people in this space that produce content always say, not financial advice. Obviously, this show never produces financial advice, but they don't want people educating. That is what Australia is all PO'd about. And to put it very nicely, because I'm a woman that doesn't cuss anymore, what they're really upset about right now in Australia is the fact that Gen Z wants empowerment and that they actually don't listen to mainstream media and they rather listen to each other and make decisions that actually make sense for them. No one in Gen Z cares about the stock market. The only way they're going to care is if it's on chain and accessible 24/7. Because people my age, I have friends that are nurses. I have friends that work night shift. I have friends that are working at the crack of dawn. And outside of trading hours, no one my age cares about trading hours. We want instant gratification, which is what crypto gives us. But what they really fear at the most is the fact that Gen Z wants to take their money and put it somewhere that they cannot touch, meaning that the next generation will have purchasing power. And if you have purchasing power, you're then able to go and make decisions without being stopped and make your way. And that means we, the people, we Gen Z, rise up and boomers cry. I heard every time Bitcoin pumps, a boomer sheds a tear. And probably specifically from the central bank, specifically for Australia. And no one in Gen Z watches the news. Sorry, fam. I talk about the news. They're like, oh, Randy, you go on the news? I'm like, yeah, I do. They're like, I've never watched the news. I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. And yeah, we like real information. The mainstream media doesn't give you real information. Everyone in my generation understands that. And we trust AI that could be skewed in one political way or the other because it's better than watching the TV and watching them directly lie to your face. That's what it's about. And 23% of Gen Z in Australia owns crypto. I would argue it's probably a lot more. I would argue it's a lot more than that. So they're trying to outlaw people that are educating others about information that they don't want you to have. You know, this is very similar to what we saw in the UK. Because you know what? Remember how we were talking about a month ago, how the UK was basically saying to Coinbase, we don't want you to advertise here, because Coinbase was saying basically within their ads, oh, this economy sucks. Crypto makes it better. And they flipped out. The UK advertising agency was like, oh my word, I cannot believe that they would say such a thing. Well, it's the truth and they don't want truth. So let the truth prevail. The truth shall set you free. Ain't that right, Gen Z? So I hope Gen Z mans the frick up in Australia and fights against this like tyrannical regime they got going on there. Because it's quite blasphemy, if you want to ask me. I need to fix this. This is bothering me. Okay. Now I feel better. BBB, he said, ignore the television program. Yeah, it's programming. And my generation does not want to be programmed. They do not. Oh, my word. Can we pause for a moment and say hi to Crypto Blood? Crypto Blood is in the chat. Everyone needs to say hi to him. I freaking love this man. He's known me from like day one. And I have a lot of love for him. Did I watch the Oscars? No, I don't subscribe to Hollywood. I really don't. I would like to infiltrate Hollywood if you see me do that. Oh, you know. See, I shouldn't even say this. Because now they're all going to know my plan to break into the occultists and just like shed the wisdom and the light of Jesus. I feel convicted. I'm straight up convicted. But yeah, no, I don't subscribe to their craziness. I really don't. I don't do Holly weird. Thank you, Ian, for that. I don't do Holly weird. Let's go to Brazil, shall we? I love my Brazilian besties. I have a friend that's Brazilian. She is stunning. I have to say, like, Brazilians are gorgeous people. I have to say Brazilians are gorgeous. They're all ripped. They're all shredded. I love it for them. Go Brazilians. Gorgeous people. Gorgeous people. And so we do have a stablecoin tax threat in Brazil. And this is the big problem is stablecoin attacks every which way. Bam, bam, bam. Stablecoin no. Stablecoin yes. It's because, again, Australia, Brazil, all these places want a central bank darn digital currency so that way they could control you, but they're going to allow stablecoins first, even if they allow it, and then they're going to skew into a CBDC. Again, propaganda. But because we have Brazilian besties, we're going to have to talk about it. Brazil's leading crypto and fintech industry groups warned that expanding a financial transaction tax to stablecoin operations could harm innovation and violate the existing law. In a joint statement shared with CoinDesk, there are a bunch of people within the local industry there that had recent discussions about extending a tax on financial operations, which is known as IOF, to stablecoin transactions to raise legal and economic concerns here. Now, they represent more than 850 companies across Brazil's fintech, virtual asset and market infrastructure sectors. And this debate centers on a levy applied to certain financial transactions, including foreign exchange operations. According to associations, applying the tax to stablecoin transactions would conflict with their current legal framework and harm the country's crypto industry. Now, again, this is all about how does the government get their cut? It's all about about how are we gonna have stable coins if all these companies are gonna do international transactions? How do we tax it? I can't wait for them to find out that they can't. Guys, oh, sorry guys. I think I'm really spicy today. I think I chose violence. I think I chose violence today. What's the main objective of this program? The main objective of this program, my friends that just joined the chat, the main objective here is to educate you on world news, what's happening within crypto all around the world, within the States, and to let you know what's going on in the market, and to give you maybe some comedic value in between, which I can't promise I'm funny. I don't think I am funny, but I try to be once in a while, and I think maybe one or two people here might appreciate the attempt and the humor. But let me know, guys. Do you think you find comedic value here? Put a 1 or yes emoji to or no emoji. Let me know. Or is there comedic value? It's National Panda Day. I love pandas. I'm a big panda gal. Pandas have besides orcas and sharks, my favorite land animal is a panda. I love a panda. They're so fluffy. They don't think about anything. They just eat, they roll around, they have a good time. Maybe I should be like a panda. Anyway, let's look at the United States. We got Strategy out here still going after Bitcoin, picking up a big bag. And last week we thought they were getting spicy again, over $1 billion purchase. Well, it seems like they had to outdo last week's purchase, because now Strategy acquired another $1.57 billion of Bitcoin. Clock it here, friends. Strategy. And of course, we have a SHIB comment that we're going to share. Strategy acquired 22,337 Bitcoin for $1.7 billion at about 70.1K per coin. And as of yesterday, they hodled 761,068 Bitcoin acquired for $57.61 billion at 75,696K per Bitcoin. Now, look at this. Look at little Shiffy. He can't keep his mouth closed. He said, if you can keep this pace up for another year, you'll waste another $80 billion trying to buy Bitcoin and making all the whales who sold you theirs much richer. I cannot. SHIB! Oh, I told SHIB to his face on the podcast. It was live. I was like, SHIB, dude, like, how much money has everyone lost listening to you? I would argue a lot. I would argue a lot of money. I remember sitting with SHIB, just holding my head like, this man is stressing me out. That's why his hair is so white. It's because he's stressing out about how much money he lost. Ugh, I cannot. I cannot. That is too much, bro. It's too much. When round 2 of Shiffy, I don't think Shiffy wants the heat right now. I don't think Shiffy wants it. I don't know if I could do Shiffy. I just don't know. I can't go into that. Let's talk about Tom Lee's BitMine and his ETH treasury. They're still picking up ETH. Tom Lee's BitMine boosts their ETH treasury near 4.6 million ETH. Again, this is nearly 5% of the supply. Let's hear the tea here. BitMine Immersion Tech has continued their aggressive ETH accumulation, adding nearly 61,000 tokens over the week amid military escalations in the Middle East involving Iran, Israel, and the US. Sorry, needed to distort that for the YouTubes. The latest purchase of around 60,999 ETH. What an interesting choice of ETH. Pushes BitMine's total treasury holdings to roughly 4.596 million ETH, worth over $10.4 billion at Monday's ETH prices. Now, again, how much do they own? Well, about 4.53 million ETH after buying 60,976 tokens, and it also lifts their share of ETH's circulating supply to about 3.8% as they seek to control 5% of the entire ETH supply. Let me just tell you, frickin' Plu. And again, how smart. As long as he doesn't have liquidation, that he has the fear, let's freaking do the math. Let's do the math out here. From where ETH stands right now, we're wow, 5.5%. $2,300 ETH. We're pamped right now. Oopsie. Hold on. From where ETH price is right now to all-time high, you're looking at 115% gain. If BitMine keeps stacking ETH the way they're stacking it, dude, let me freaking tell ya, their stash in US dollars might be worth more than the MicroStrategy Bitcoin stash. Let me tell ya. Let me tell you. Because I don't know if Bitcoin's going to 10x this cycle. I don't know if it's going to double this cycle. I don't know. But I will say that where he's buying ETH is so freaking smart. Oh, so darn smart. I cannot wait till ETH hits $5,000, $6,000, and Tom Lee's just gonna be walking the red carpet wherever he goes. Everyone tried to roast him. Everyone's trying to flame Tom Lee. Let me tell you, it's not gonna get you very far. Let's look at ETH price, by the way. I feel like we should do it. Let's look at ETH price. $2,300 ETH, 5.5% in the green. Where do we need to knock that 2,300 and then 2,770, which you guys know I really despise the level, hate talking about it. But holding support over this 2,340 is so important, guys. That's why we highlighted it purple. And if we hold support there, then we want to go to that 2,800. If we hold support at 2,800 and at 33 something, we're going to go to the golden zone. It's going to get spicy. It could get spicy really freaking quick. But what we need to hold is 2330. Now, also looking at the momentum, we're flying. The rebound has been beautiful. Money flow needs to pick up. VWAP is doing absolutely fantabulous. But what we are waving caution, I'm waving the flag, is the RSI. It is a major pump with the RSI. I want it to come back down. Still stay above that neutral, remain bullish, but I would like the RSI to come down. Again, when the RSI runs, oh, she tumbles right back down. So keep calm, hodl on. But also doesn't mean we can't go higher, doesn't mean we can't go, I don't freaking know, but I do just tell you what I see on the chart. I give you your bullish, I give you your bearish, so that way no one can say, oh, she's telling me what to do. She's predicting the market. I'm not doing any of that, frankly. And I just adore this. Also, I need my mods on TikTok because there's some scammery going on here. Message with your Cash App. Get out of here. Get out of here. Someone get them out of here, please. There's some scammery going on TikTok right now. What's up, No? What up, No? We're not done with our headlines, besties. Let's keep going. Okay, we're gonna go to the SEC. And we're also gonna, oh, man, there's just so many things today. We're gonna get through it though. What time is it? 32 minutes. Can everyone like the stream? I don't know if anyone has liked the stream yet. If you have not liked it, let's all smash the like at the same time. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash the like at the same time. Smash the like. Hello, Dave. I see you, Dave. All right, we gotta talk about the SEC because they dropped a case against BitClout. I have so many issues with this. I don't even know what to say. And I'm not all about the enforcement action, but BitClout was the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. If you guys do not remember BitClout, when was this? 2021? When BitClout came out? Yes. Oh, I'm so right. I'm so right about things. I'm so right. 2021, BitClout comes out. It's like this new social media forum scam because they were like, so basically it was like creator like stocks. Like people were going on BitClout. They were posting. They're like, buy my BitClout token because every profile had a BitClout. And like every account had a BitClout token. Like if I created, it was like a missteencrypto token. What really set me off about BitClout is that it was a blatant scam. Just impersonating celebrities, actually impersonated me because people were DMing me, Randy, why are you on BitClout? Everyone was on BitClout. I was like, I am not on BitClout. So I go on their website and the BitClout themselves impersonated me and started posting, trying to sound like me on their platform. And people were buying the missteencrypto token from the BitClout account that I never owned and never used. So I'm so blown away that something that's a blatant scam is actually not being held accountable. I have to say, I'm not about the attack on crypto, but I have to say, like, BitClout was a scam. BitClout was a scam. The SEC dropped a 2-year-long case against BitClout and their founder in a joint dismissal in New York, which blew my mind that this was in New York too. They cited the crypto task force, which was tasked with developing a regulatory framework and a reassessment of the evidentiary record as the basis for dismissal. I can't even believe this. This is ridiculous. It says the commission's decision to exercise its discretion and seek dismissal of the litigation is based on facts and circumstances of this case that does not necessarily reflect their position on any other case. This was a scam. This was scammery. This guy raised more than $257 million by selling the native BitClout token while telling investors the funds wouldn't be used to pay any team members. But he also was accused of spending more than $7 million on personal items. They impersonated people. And then they go and attack people that actually do real stuff. But you're going to let this guy slide? Are we freaking for real? Are we for real? It blowing my mind right now. Let me tell you. They are still trying to come after Binance. Yet they let an outright scammer go? BitClout was wow. Goes to show. I was a good citizen. I was like, I'm not going to create my own team token. I have the domains. I bought it all. I was going to release a creator token just for the good of just for the love of the game. Just for people to maybe like buy services from me or get consultations or just like, I don't know, contribute to my ecosystem. I was going to do a creator token just for the darn fun. Just actually a goodwill project. But then I was like, no, Gary Gensler's going to come after me. The whole SEC is going to rain down on my life. But you know what? I could have done it anyway because now scammers are just able to scam and get away with it. What? I thought we were doing good, guys. I really did. And this is what also really sets me off. I gotta say, Custodia. What blows my mind is Custodia Bank. Caitlin Long. I asked for the Lord to have mercy on the woman. She literally, Caitlin Long, fought for Custodia Bank to get a Fed master account to merge crypto and TradFi. She is a goodwill actor. The Fed would not let it happen. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong. Because Kraken got their Fed master account, which I'm all for. Pop off Kraken. Nothing against them. But why the hate against Caitlin Long? I don't get it. She is a goodwill actor. She has been fighting for years for justice. And where is it getting her? A loss. What? This is a major L. A federal appeals court rejected the final bid of Custodia's challenge to the Federal Reserve's authority over granting Fed master accounts, and the decision arrives at a time that the central bank is opening other avenue for accounts. A Fed master account grants access to the payment rails and full services of the central bank, allowing an institution to cut out go-between arrangements, so it's been coveted by emerging crypto banks like Custodia. But the bank has been fighting with the Fed over its initial rejection of its master account application. And again, this goes back to how the Fed said, oh, we're not going to, bank controversial industries, So are they still going with that? Because this is corruption. And how does Kraken get it, but they don't? Like, I'm sorry. This is so bad. Justice for Caitlin Long. There has to be a way she could keep fighting this, because there's no way that Custodia Bank should be barred from getting a Fed master account. I gotta say, that's complete lunacy. I just want to say my piece on that. Wow. Just absolutely wowed by this. Justice for Caitlin Long, for real. For freaking real. So sad. Love her. Hope she keeps going. Justice for Caitlin. Everyone write justice for Caitlin Long in the chat. Justice for Caitlin. Now, we're also going to talk about another IPO. And it's not Uphold. I wish it was Uphold. Maybe in the future we're going to have an Uphold IPO. But Abra. We like Abra. Abra is dope. We love the CEO of Abra. We've actually had Bill on the show. Freaking love that dude. What a G. And so Abra faced a lot of scrutiny. Like, they were getting hammered by Operation Choke Point 2.0. So they had to go like the institutional route instead of retail, which again, good pivot for them. They're going to make money there. And they have, obviously, because now they're IPOing at a $750 million valuation. I would say pop off. Put noodles in the chat because I think I'm burnt. I think I'm burning. Abra Financial Holdings agreed to go public through a business combination with a SPAC, company New Providence Acquisition Corp. III. According to a new announcement on Monday, this values Abra at $750 million pre-money equity valuation and would result in the combined entity to be named Abra Financial Inc., listed on Nasdaq under ABRX. This could provide Abra with significant growth capital, including up to $300 million of cash currently held in New Providence's trust accounts, and subject to reductions from shareholder redemptions. But existing investors in Abra, including Adams Street Blockchain Capital, Pantera, RRE, and SBI, would roll 100% of their equity into the combined company. And so this is all about high net worth investors. This is about institutions. This is about a lot of cha-ching cha-choo coming into play. And what I will say there is pop off. And the CEO, Bill, we love Bill. He says, we believe that Bitcoin stables and the tokenization of RWAs are quickly becoming the backbone of the future financial ecosystem, adding that the demand for crypto-backed loans, stable-based yield, and other digital asset services is expected to grow in the coming years. Oh, Bill, what a gem. What a gem. What a gem. We do love Bill. I think we should have him back on the show. I do enjoy him. Let's send him a... Hold on. Hey Siri, remind me at 12 p.m. to send a DM to Bill. Let's see if we can get him back on the show. We're gonna shoot our shot. We'll see if he's busy. I would imagine with an IPO he is, but we're gonna shoot our shot nonetheless. We love him. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way. I need love in the chat. Can I have... My phone just fell. Can I have love in the chat? Because justice for Geo, are you freaking for real? Freaking for real? I can't. Guys, I don't know if you should even say GM to Geo. I know I won't. So yeah, I don't know. Geo needs to be nice to me. I think he needs to be in the stream every single day this week for me to give him a hello. That's the bare minimum. But please let me know if I'm crazy. Put some noodles in the chat. Put some hearts. I need some sort of love somewhere because I just don't get it. I get a lot of hate from Geo, actually. So you need to make up for that. Here's the thing. Wall Street is still pumped. And I gotta dive into our spotlight really quick. The fact is that institutions are not happy, but the Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange are with crypto. Let's dive in. Your spotlight starts now. The market's going on chain, and that's why I think Bill from Abra is such a king with what he said, because it's quite literally true that everything is going to go on chain. And I say this all the time, none of us are ready because these prices here are so low. So low, we're completely undervalued because we are obviously onboarding the world's wealth into crypto. And I'm so excited about that because we're all gonna be just validated on a whole new level within the next few years. But Wall Street is pushing tokenized stocks. Institutions don't seem to like it. Of course not, because again, they won't primarily be in control as much as they used to be. Here we go. Wall Street is racing towards tokenized equities and 24/7 trading, but institutional investors are wary of the instant settlement model because that means that people could come in, trade stocks, impact price, and not be held back by the fact that institutions and Congress insider trades against you, plans out their trades, and literally benefits off of your loss. That's exactly what they do. And they don't like that because once things are on chain, you'll be able to see where the money goes and who manipulates the market. They definitely don't want that. And so I would say that's 100% the way it goes. And if it's blockchain based and depending on how they do it, then they wouldn't be able to hold the stock either. And if they're not able to hold the stock, oh my gosh, the hedge funds are going to die. The banks are going to die. And it's going to be a great thing to watch because we need a reset. It's going to hurt us maybe a little bit. Might burn us all, but good. Freaking good. And we have the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ. They're bringing everything on chain. Again, this is a $126 trillion industry and a whole equity market. Everything is going on chain. Every single thing. And I'm so excited about it. Again, over the past week, and we're going to recap because you know what? I don't even need this freaking article. I don't need the article. Thank you very much, article. I don't need you. But you know what? Here's the thing. NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. Let's go to January and in late 2025. The New York Stock Exchange president came out and said, "Hey, yo, we need to go on chain, buddy boys. It's gonna have to be 24/7 trading." And they're doing a lot of that through Kraken. They're doing a lot of, and between the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, tokenized equities are going to be 24/5 and 24/7 via OKX and Kraken. And how exciting is that? Is that we know that us, the nerds, have been building the infrastructure just for what? What have I been saying for years? Us nerds build the infrastructure, rich people come in, they take advantage of it, and then they take over. Here's the thing, is that they can't take over completely. And that's what I'm so excited about, because this is the generational shift. And that how they're trying to figure out distribution, liquidity going where. Oh gosh, thank you for the reset. It's going to be great because we're going to see the experimentation of blockchains, whether that's ETH, Solana, which I don't believe is going to go very, very far after VC funding dies. And then we're going to have things like XRP, maybe XRPL, because Ripple wants to work with the banks. HBAR is already doing stuff. Chainlink, I think, is going to be very important. Avalanche is already very important. So we're going to see a lot of liquidity redirected to a bunch of different blockchains. Money market funds are already multi-chain. So this is just the beginning. Get ready, everyone. The real bull market hasn't even been seen yet. And I would double down on the fact that we have been in a bull market since Bitcoin's inception in 2009. So I would argue that we're here. We've been here. We're steadfast. We're steadfast in what we're doing here. So I would say keep calm, hodl on, stack your cryptocurrencies, have your bullish and your bearish scenarios, pack your bags, buckle up. It's going to get real very, very soon. And I'm so excited because we're complaining right now. Where is everyone? Is everyone watching the show? Are we going to be okay? Oh my gosh. The answer is yes. The answer is so yes. And we're so early. We are so early. I can literally pull my hair out to tell you how early we are. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Bitcoin's like 16, 17 years old. And your mom isn't. So let's move on here. Let's move on. Bitcoin is in its infancy, and I would say she's obviously a teenager. She's going through it. She's going through her changes. She's trying to find who she is as a woman. Yes, and Bitcoin is a woman. Bitcoin is a woman. Let's get into coins to watch really quick because I have an after show that I promised I would do with you. And if I keep yapping, then the after show will never happen. Ooh, that rhymes. Was that good? Was that funny? Was that good? Is that good? Why do I even try? I don't know. Gainers and losers. Pepe is pumped, up 21%. FET is up about 14.7. DOT is up 11%. Aptos 10.2. Bonkin. I've actually sent Gio the bonk meme before because he needs to get bonked. If you guys think Gio should get bonked, put bonk in the chat. We do have losers. Stable is down about 6%. Kite is about 5.7 in the red. Trump down 3.6. Pippin down 2.3. And not BitTensor, BitTorrent. BTT is about 2% in the red. Litecoin is still doing fantabulous because Litecoin is the right coin. Everybody loves Litecoin. I love Litecoin. I gotta say, Litecoin is the right coin. It'll always be the right coin, and that's about it. If I keep yapping, the after show will never happen. dead. I'm so dead. And this is for no.
A potato flew around my room before you came.
We love that. I know Bitcoin is struggling with 74K, but that's because she needs to push to 76, hold support. This is what's holding her back. She needs to get to 76K, and the chart knows that. The chart knows that. The whales know that. Right, Raphael? Happy Monday to you, besties. Thank you, everyone, for just being the light of life that we need in the world. I don't know how many likes we have. Can I see the likes? What's happening? Oh my gosh, guys, can we have 8 more likes? Can we pampy? Hold on. I'm gonna have to, I would love to get, can I get likes in the chat? Can I get hearts? We need hearts everywhere. I should get Luxfolio sponsorship. You should comment on Luxfolio. You should harass them about that. Oh, Paco already knows. In the wise words of AOC.
Oh, girl, baby girl, don't even play.
Oh, girl, baby girl, don't even play. Because crypto's absorbing the world's wealth. We're going to be on top of the world. We're going to change the world because we are going to have purchasing power in an asset that no one can take because it is property, it is currency, it is freedom, all in one. You know what's so funny is that we founded this country on Christianity and our inalienable human rights of life, liberty, and property. You know what Bitcoin does? It encapsulates every single part of that and more. And so I would fight for freedom. I would like to say a prayer to all of my friends in deployment right now. I have friends that have been deployed to fight for our country, and they are not asking questions. Let me just say this: the people in our, I literally cannot. The loyalty that our troops have to this country, whether they believe the president is right or not, they wouldn't even tell you because they signed up to die for this country. And I have friends that have been deployed, and I'm near tears just talking about it because their lives are at risk, and they're literally willing to give their life for the freedoms that we have. And I've been feeling this like ever since I moved down here. I feel like there's a reason I moved down here, and I'm just seeing that we just have. I'm just very close to a lot of people now, and I feel like I'm very close. Feel like I'm very close to it, and I have people in the Middle East, like, you know, just friends that live there, and it's hitting my heart to a different level. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has served in the military, everyone that has experienced the military in any way, shape, or form. I know we have a lot of vets in this chat. Thank you so much for serving our country. Thank you to our troops for serving our country. This is God's country. The whole world is God's country. And I truly believe in our military. And it doesn't matter what I really think of the war. I just really, I really care about my friends and people that I care about so much that are literally going and fighting this thing without even a shred of doubt. And I just prayers up for our troops. I love our troops and my friends and people that again are going and fighting this. And I'm texting my friends every day, like who's getting deployed. And it's just like, it's just a guess of who's next. And so let's just make America great again. Let's make the world great again, and seek world peace. And I think Bitcoin is going to play one of the biggest roles in world peace. And so thank you guys for being a part of this show. Thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting everything that we talk about here, because I just want to stand up for truth and have dignity in doing that, and just do what's right for America, for women, for everybody. I don't care what color you are. You could be freaking purple, and I care about you deeply. And everyone is loved. You are loved. Everyone cares about you. I care about you. This whole chat cares about you. The entire world cares about you. So thank you to our troops. Thank you to everybody who is willing to serve someone else and take a bullet for them to maybe like face an explosion, to go into the most dangerous parts of the world for us. And so I have such a different appreciation for our troops. I can't even put to words. So God bless America. God bless the USA. God bless the entire world. I just want peace and love everywhere. It doesn't matter what I think. It just really matters about the lives that are being lost, and that's really all I care about. So thank you guys so much for being here. Bless all of your hearts. Please go into The Discord, we have an after show that is open for everybody. So membership or not, you're able to jump in there. And let's just go discuss. Let's have a good day and kick off this week with just love. So please put hearts in the chat as you exit today. I know this show isn't about making money. It isn't about making you rich. And we're not about getting rich quick. We're just about making good change in the world and just making it a better place. And that's all I wish to do with my life, is to know that I did something good. So I just want to do good. I want to just say a blessing over the world. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. We'll be back tomorrow. Hop in the Discord. And as always, sip your coffee and stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.